Reform, and today we're out here in Georgetown talking to people about the recent Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. I am willing to pay someone $20 if they can tell me where in the Constitution the right to an abortion is located. Let's go find out what we get. Tell me how you thought about the overturn of Roe versus Wade.
I was pretty depressed about it. It made me really angry. I mean, we saw it coming, but still.
It was a lot of anger, a lot of sadness.
Very disappointed. I guess, we kind of already, knew that it was a question, but I think it was, the worst outcome we could have had.
It's awesome. It ends a bad jurisprudential decision, but it's also a win for life and for morality, and hopefully states will pass bills that will limit the number of abortions that happen nationwide, so we get back to a culture of life in this country.
It wasn't unexpected. I feel like with the number of Supreme Court justices that have been put in the past 4 years, it makes sense that it was the first of many things to fall away.
I was surprised. Just don't think it protects the most poor and the people who are the most marginalized in our society.
It shouldn't be overturned. You should have a right to choose.
Yeah, I cried. I did cry, and I'm not sorry about it.
I strongly disagree with it. It shouldn't be up to the states. It should just be a law of the land. People should be able to do what they want with their bodies.
Now, I just had to stop you here because obviously these two are together. So this guy is completely whipped because he's basically, she's making sure that he's saying the correct things over here. Let's continue.
Yeah, I think it's a really biased decision, that they are choosing for so many people and stuff. I think it's really dumb.
It's just pretty disappointing overall. It's just kind of a sad thing.
Would you say that abortion should be a constitutional right?
Yeah.
Free healthcare should be a constitutional right, and within that comes abortion. Just to make it clear, I am pro-choice.
I think it could be. I don't think the right to privacy should be abolished or undermined in any way. I think that's the really big issue that this is getting at. And I do think abortion should be in the Constitution.
The argument that it's a constitutional right doesn't really hold up much anymore. Even, I think, Ruth Bader Ginsburg admitted that Roe versus Wade was a bad decision on the merits.
Yes, I do think that it should be a constitutional right, especially in cases where marginalized communities and underprivileged people are going to be at the brink of it.
Why do they always talk about marginalized communities and underprivileged people and, minorities and whatever? Why does the issue of abortion, murdering babies, killing the unborn, why does it always have to do with these types of sections of the society? Why do we, put them into different, let's say, plantations, for no lack of a better word? I mean, I never really understood that. If somebody could put down the comment and try to explain to our, audience out there, why is it that nobody's saying because of, the white people, they need to have abortions, because for whatever reason. Why is it always black and brown and Native Americans and, African Americans and, whatever, Latinos, Hispanics? Why?
Are going to suffer the most from the decision?
Yes, I do. No one should be forced to have a child that they don't want to have, or have to take care for another life when they can't take care of themselves.
Yeah, I think everyone has the right to make their own decisions. I feel like that's what this country is based off of, the freedom to do what you like.
It should, yes. There's way too many instances of rape and sexual assault that end in pregnancy.
I have the Constitution right here, and I am willing to give you $20 if you can point to where the right to an abortion is in this document.
Oh, yeah, no, I couldn't give you that. I don't look at our Constitution.
I don't believe it's in there.
No?
I don't think so. I'm not very well informed on the Constitution. I'm good.
You think you can do it?
No.
It's not. That's why it should be.
At the end, I guess because it's an amendment, so towards the end of the Constitution.
It might come from the 14th Amendment.
The one that's citizenship?
I can't do that.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
So the word abortion or the right to privacy is not in the Constitution. So if it's not in this Constitution, then what would make it a constitutional right? Wouldn't the Supreme Court have done their job by overturning Roe?
I mean, I guess, but I feel like at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter.
No, they didn't do their job because they also have the need to support millions of people.
If it's not in the Constitution, what would make it a constitutional right? Well, then it wouldn't be a constitutional right.
I think the right to privacy, I think bodily autonomy, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness even. You know, I think abortion is health care, and it's about having the right to health care, so I think that should be established within the Constitution.
You should have the right to choose.
Yeah. Any medical procedure, like...
Yeah. I think that's like a basic human right, healthcare. I think that a right to abortion should be there.
I just think that if it's not in there, it should be.
It's certainly a step in the right direction. I hope that states make the right decision and outlaw abortion, and hopefully we can maybe have a national ban or a federal.
So, I mean, listen, folks, you're talking to college students, college kids. Some of them not too bright. This kid right here, obviously pro-life. The majority of the people that were interviewed, pro-choice from various, racial and ethnic backgrounds. But the fact of the matter, again, is that everybody says it should be a constitutional right. It should be, it should be enshrined within the Bill of Rights. It's there. It's a human right. We can have a discussion on whether or not healthcare should be a human right, should be an American right, whether or not, any of these policies are actually, should be a part of, an amendment process. And if people want to go ahead and do that, hey, work through the process, make an amendment, have your legislators pass it forward, get a consensus across the United States, get the majority of states needed to make it an amendment, and then that's fine. That's going through the rule of law. But the fact of the matter is, killing somebody, killing a baby, having an abortion is not a right. That one girl that kept talking about bodily autonomy and right to privacy. Okay, body autonomy, right to privacy for the mother, for the woman that's having the baby, having the child. Okay, what about the right to life, the right to autonomy of the baby that was created? Where's that right? See, that's what happens. They always talk about the right for the person who's pregnant, for the woman who's pregnant, right? But they never talk about the rights of the unborn. That's a non-starter, and that's what we're talking about. Why is it that you separate the rights? And they'll tell you, oh, because it's just a clump of cells, it's not born yet. It doesn't have any rights, just a fetus. And these are just semantics, but the bottom line is, it is a living, growing mass, whatever you want to call it, of cells that eventually will lead, and we know this, to a human being. So it just goes to show you, folks, that once again, college students, for the most part, have no idea what they're talking about. It's okay to be woke. It's okay to be virtue signaling. It's okay to basically say, yeah, you know what? Should be a right to an abortion. Healthcare should be a right. Who's going to pay for all this stuff? Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. Haven't done so already? Subscribe to the channel, like, share, follow us, hit that notification bell, put your comments below. Do you agree with Roe v. Wade being overturned, or are you happy that it was? And I'll leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. See you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.
Best and worst dinner for your waistline. Sweet potatoes. Try to find the purple sweet potato. They're the highest level of polyphenols you can find. Pasta. Well, pasta, unfortunately, is basically pure sugar, and we store that as fat. Corn. Almost all corn in the United States is genetically modified.